light of friendship guide your path together. May the laughter of children grace the halls of your home. May the joy of living for one another drip a smile on your face, twinkle from your eyes. And when eternity beckons, the end of the life, eyes of love, may the good Lord embrace you with the arms that have nurtured you the whole night of your joy-filled days. And now, ladies and gentlemen, may I present to you Mr. and Mrs. Michael Scott.
Are you going to feed each other? I've already cut it.
They already cut it. I like when they take the cameras the wrong way and they take
Stand back really good. Banana cake with chocolate frosting and red velvet with cream cheese. And cheesecake bites and cookies. My stepmother and mother made all the cookies and the cakes.
I made the cakes.
The cakes, yeah, might have made the cakes.
thugs.
Have your attention.
Hey, listen up.
Listen up. Big Daddy's about to speak. Listen up. First of all, if you would look on your tables, there's a card on each one of your table. If you would flip that card around and take a look at it. That card is talking about the Jessica Lester Memorial Fund. I'd like to thank even Michael for wanting to make a donation. Michael and his family lost his sister when she was 25 years old, and we set up a memorial fund in her name, and so far we have given 7 scholarships to nursing students. You know, marriage is kind of like an hourglass. I've got to read from my notes or I'll never get through this. The heart is full of joy and love as the brain begins to empty. I had a good friend of mine was telling me his son came up to him and said, "Dad, how much will it cost me to get married?"
All of it.
And he said, "Well, son, I don't know because I'm still paying for it." I'm starting to shake. And I really want to thank all the family members and friends that came here tonight. Obviously, this is a very special time. And we even had some international travelers. Michael's cousin Adam and his wife Eula came here from Germany to be at this event today. I also want to thank Barbara, Eva's mom, for her very warm hospitality for Jeannie and I. Wesley and Barbara Jean for their wonderful dinner Thursday evening. It's very welcoming, felt very at home. I'm very impressed with all of your kids. They've all been very friendly, very polite, and it's just been a wonderful experience. Eva, as you know, Mike is a bit of a perfectionist. And some of you may not know that Michael works for a company called W. Jordan Construction Company. It is the largest private construction company in the state of Virginia, started in the state of Virginia. And Michael is the youngest superintendent ever been promoted to superintendent. But Michael's truck, if you got a chance to see it, it's cleaner on the inside than it is on the outside. You can eat off of the floor mats. If you've ever seen a UPS truck or a UPS center, you know it's all very, very clean. That's the way Michael is. Well, he's a bit of a perfectionist, but I noticed something real early with Eva and Michael. They're both Energizer bunnies. When Michael and Eva first started coming to the house, they fight over who can do the dishes. They don't sit still. But I actually first met Eva in a University of Virginia football game. Michael didn't say anything about these two girls that showed up at the tailgate. But we always do bean toss. And she was bouncing all around like she always does. You guys that know her know she's just always bouncing around. Michael and her have that in common. They don't sit still, and his parents are kind of that way too. But anyway, so we were doing the bean toss thing, and Eva decided to get involved. Well, she beat me in bean toss. And I'm going, you know, that's pretty impressive. I mean, she started throwing, she acted like she had never thrown it before, and before long she's beaten all the guys. I think at that point they had maybe known each other for a couple of months, but when I first got there, Michael didn't introduce her to me officially. I had to ask who the two girls were. Eva, we love your spirit. I gotta pause. Your leadership qualities. Jeannie and I had gone to a couple of, they're playing volleyball and softball. It turns out she's the captain of the boy-girl softball team, and I think she was swim captain when she was in school. So obviously Eva has strong leadership qualities. She's always smiling. I only slightly saw a break in that the other night when we were leaving her dad's. She accidentally bumped into a car as we were leaving. But I am so glad, Jeannie and I and our family are so glad that you picked Charlottesville for your transfer from State Farm. Are there any State Farm employees in here? But more importantly, I know you guys out there that are out slaying the dragon, you think you're going to go get it, and you want to win, whatever you're doing in life. But Jeannie and Barb, Mike and Eva wouldn't be who they are if it wasn't for you. Your nurturing, your guidance, your prayer, your unconditional love. Guys, it's the women and the moms that make the world go round. the minister today, you may have noticed he was a little tardy. I'm thinking, how can the minister be tardy? But anyway, he stole a little bit of my thunder, so that made me have even a little less respect. But I'm going to do it anyway because I think the Irish blessing is such a wonderful thing for a marriage. May the road rise to meet you. May the wind always be at your back. May the sun shine warm upon your face. May the rains fall soft upon your place. May Almighty God hold you in the palm of His hand. And one last thing, if you would please pick up a glass of anything. And let's give a toast to Eva and Mike that they may have many, many, many blessed years. All right, Bradley, you're up.
And second of all, she's the sweetest girl you'd ever meet. Everyone loves her, and she loves everybody. And if she doesn't love you, she'll be kind to you anyway, because you might as well be. In high school, I tell them she was the captain of 3 varsity sports, queen of the prom, student body president, National Honor Society, swing choir, acted in the musicals, did comedy sports, studied Tai Chi with our father, and, at my advice, started saving for retirement when she was 14 years old. Okay, one of those things that I just told you is a lie. She was only captain of 2 sports. She actually was not that good at basketball. But they say every hero has a flaw, right? Everyone is appropriately impressed when I tell them about this amazing sister. But I mention it here to let you know, Eva stays busy, Eva gets things done, and Eva gets involved. About a week after she moved to Virginia, I call on the phone and ask me, how is it? You're out there, you're alone, and she says, it's not that great right now. This roommate situation, we hadn't met, and it's not all it was cracked up to be. The apartment isn't so great. There's this horrible neighbor that hates me because she thinks I'm looking at her horrible husband. And my heart is falling. I'm thinking I'm a failure as a big sister. I'm getting ready. I'm on the computer with one hand looking up flights. I'm ready to fly out there, rent a U-Haul, and drive her home tomorrow. I said, honey, I'm so sorry. She said, and all the girls are back home, and I'm so far from my friends. I'm so far from my family. And at this point, I don't know what to say. I'm choked up, and I say, and she says, oh, you know what, Fran, I have to cut you off because I just pulled up to Pilates, and I have my Pilates class. And I said, okay, well, I'm going to clear my night. You want me to call you back in an hour and we can talk more? Well, no, because tonight I said that I would go and do trivia with some girls from work, and then tomorrow I have a volleyball game, and then I'm going to look at this 2-bedroom apartment, and then I think we're going bowling after that, and then the weekend. So my sympathy faded pretty fast. In no time at all, she had settled into her new great job. She was in a new great apartment. She had a great group of friends, and all it was missing was Mr. Right. Big sister to the rescue. I have a plan. Date, I told her. Date everyone. Get out there, meet 100 people, go to every restaurant in town, create a Match.com profile, see what you like in a guy, what you don't like in a guy, figure it all out. And to my delight, she says, you know what, you're right, that is what I'm going to do. I'm going to do exactly that. Music to a big sister's ears. So I start asking her, so, getting any numbers, meeting any guys? Well, I was thinking about it. I was thinking about, I just hung out with Mike this weekend. But, maybe I will later. I first heard of Mike when he was this guy Mike, as in, this guy Mike said he might be able to come look at my bum car. Not only did he follow through, not only was the offer sincere, he actually fixed the car. Pretty soon, there's no more... Pretty soon, it's not this guy Mike, it's my friend Mike. And then I learned a new word, Mike and I. As in, Mike and I went to the not rushing into anything, are you? She's, oh no, Mike and I are taking it slow. But on her first visit home after I heard of Mike and I, she's telling somebody, you know, country music really is not all that bad. She was in love. So much for my little sister finally taking my brilliant advice. Because I thought she was going to be out there finding a guy. And what kind of guy? Oh, I had a list. I had a very specific list, in fact. Criteria for candidates for my future brother-in-law. Number 1, strong work ethic. On and off the clock. Number 2, from a good family, who will love her when we're not around. Preferably a family that celebrates holidays all together so they don't get as big of a share of them. Number 3, loves children and wants children. Number 4, shares her attitudes on spending and saving, which is to say, buys extravagant presents for everybody else and spends nothing on your own self. It works best if those people find each other. Number 5, sorry. Favorite use of time is to spend time with Eva, but is also happy when she goes off with her friends or goes on long, crazy trips through developing countries with her older sister. Number 6, someone who cares about his impact on the world. Local food, social justice, questioning the norms, that sort of thing. Number 7,